Hello, today's mission is fit this, and this. These are the things needed so I can split the outer track, the shuttle track, into two with automated points fitted. So the idea is train comes in, changes the point, different train goes out. Similar, in fact identical, to the thing on the other side here. By the way, that's that Princess Elizabeth. A couple of coaches I bought. I did say I would feature it, running very smoothly. It was derailing a wee bit, but the wee front bogie held on by a bit of metal like that. And basically I just bent it down so that the wheels were forced harder onto the rails, and it works. Okay, let's see how we get on with this project. It's about 11 o'clock just now, AM, and I doubt I'll get this done in about a week, but hey ho, let's go. So it's going here. It's going here. Taking a wee bit back for where I had it initially, which was here, but I want plenty of runoff space so that maybe if I put this high speed thing on, it's got plenty of time to slow down. And it's an express point I've got. I did have sort of temporarily fitted this Y point, but when I ran that express train over there, that not express train, you know, the blue thing, I didn't like these points. No. Come to think of it, I actually moved it without lifting it. I did my instructions up here, and it didn't like the points way over there. No, it didn't like them either. So it might be just one of these fussy little gits like that Voyager thing that just doesn't like points. But we'll worry about that later. Meanwhile, on with the project. So it's going here. I've already drilled a wee hole in... let me see. Track lifter to point out. Ah, you can actually see that there. Right there. Use a teeny weeny drill bit instead of melting it out as I normally so uncouthly do. So, next thing, knife, cut away this. It's actually laminate underlay I use as underlay. I don't know why you need it, but I saw it in a video one time. I thought, oh, you're supposed to do that. It does sort of soften up the... I don't know, how do you put this? The hardness of the track, and it's supposed to be a bit sound deadening. But if you ever get round to putting ballast on it with a PVA, it just glues solid anyway. So I don't know, I've started on all the rest of the track, so I'll just continue. Right, cut that away. And then we'll use a bit of genius. Where is it? Now, I might have mentioned in a previous video about these things. They're great, but they're really difficult to fit because you might as well see this as well. I've chosen the widest bit of the baseboard. So this will be a heinous nightmare to fit, but that's just the way it is. So I made this. Can you see this? It's a kind of a template. So the idea is, instead of fiddling about underneath there, I work out where this point's going. I sit that on there. Well, I'll actually sit under there. And then the two wee holes I've made as a template line up with the drill holes there. There, you see them on the corners. So idea is I can drill a kind of pilot hole from the top, and then when I screw it in from the bottom, I should be able to find it, and it should be right. We'll see if that works. We'll see if I can find it again because it's made of Perspex. Super, right, next, and on with it. Okay, so that's the point fitted, still with the pin sticking through. That's just in case. The last thing I do is chop that pin off. Right, and I've laid some of the track back. Needed some extra track. I've not done it all yet because somewhere in this process we have to put a brake in the tracks. If you remember, the whole purpose of this is that this felly uses sensors. They're in there somewhere. So the train comes in, it trips that point, which cuts the power. It's connected to the shuttle track, so the first one, say, stops. When the power from the shuttle goes the other way, the other train comes out. However, if a train is sitting over a sensor, the other sensor will not work. So this is where I had to devise a really complicated thing. I'll show you over there. Where one rail of one track is wired to the other rail of the other track and vice versa. And the idea is that when the train comes in, the point changes, it stops. When the power turns round, both trains actually move because one is just going. The other one is getting power up until the break in the track from the other rail. It's complicated. Until it covers the brake, and it's just so that it can get its butt off that sensor, because if one sensor is covered, the other one doesn't work. That had me in a brain strain whenever I first did that. And the funny thing is, when I do this over here, I'm going to forget how the hell I did it. But it involves diodes, I remember that, because if you don't use diodes, then the first train that comes in, when it goes back, the other train comes back, the first train will go right back and right into the wall. So this is the complicated bit. Next thing I'm going to do is have to, wire up that to that point via this, which is a capacitor discharge unit, and that's just stores up enough oomph to go through that circuit board and go boom and change the point. Don't use them on the rest of the points because they're not going through a circuit board, so blah blah blah. Anyway, the time is about 1:30 or something. Oh, the same day. So we're getting there. We've done something. First thing I need to do is solder the sensors. Solder some wire to the sensors. These are the wee things that shall pop up through the track and tell it when a train's over it. For this, we shall need a soldering iron, and 4 different coloured wires, so that you know what the hell you're doing when you end up attaching that to the wee circuit board. And that's that lecture. Apart from I've had to chop this orange wire. I had screens to that, and I don't know where it's gone. Off some of my points, but I'm going to rewire them all anyway because they're horrible. So, yeah, without further ado. So, just to finish this video off, what day is this? Friday. So I start that on Wednesday, the points thing. Okay. When I went to wire the CDU, capacitor discharge unit, to the circuit that controls the points, long and short of it, it just wouldn't work. Had a couple of attempts. The instructions are kind of black and white, so the wiring, it's not brilliant, the diagram, but I had a couple of goes at it, realised I'd missed a bit, did that, blah, blah, blah. Couple of sparks. I thought, have I fried this thing? I swapped it completely over, I think there's 14 wires with the one on the other side that works, and it works. So I ordered the same type of CDU as I used on the other side. Well, that's not coming till Monday, so that's that. But in the meantime, a whole load of other stuff has arrived, which is just awesome. And I really need to stop buying stuff because it's mad. It's getting out of control. So, quickly, this tripod comes with an on-off button. So, remote control tripod, no more shaky videos. Bought this, which is just the body obviously, but I've bought the whole thing. I've just taken it apart. It did say that it was a non-runner because it's not got a drive gear on that axle. But I think I've found it. This came today. This is mad. It's prehistoric. Look at that coupling. That's not going to fit anything, but we'll just see. Whatever. Another example of stop buying stuff. What else? Oh, those points. I bought a set of the points. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I don't know why I bought them. I just thought I want more points. These paper things, which are for putting between the corridors on those LMS coaches that I bought. There was an awful big gap. So I think the idea is you fold them up like this and stick them on so that there's not such a big gap. We'll investigate that later. But I've just really made this really quick wee video because when I try to merge them, I can't merge them unless I do it two at a time. So, end of story. Adios.